Hey guys, Prayer Plant Girl here. I'm just out enjoying another beautiful, unusually warm day in our Zone 3 climate here. It's January and it's melting. That is almost unheard of. Has me a little bit concerned about protection for my plants and things that are under the ground, because I know it's definitely going to get colder out, but for now I'm just going to try and enjoy it and get some things done. So I'm just out here getting some composting in. I'm going to fill up the bird feeders and just enjoy this weather. But while I'm out here, I was nominated or tagged, I guess, for the 2018 Garden Roundup Challenge. So I'm going to work on that while I do my other chores. So bear with me while I do a few things at once here. So the person who nominated me was Deborah Christmas. And if you haven't seen the Garden Roundup Challenge, it's been going around a lot in the UK, and a few people here in North America have done it. So it's basically just looking back over your previous year and looking at what went well, what didn't go so well, and what you're going to do for the next season. So the first question in it is what was your best crop for 2018? And I would say that my best crop in 2018 was probably actually my warm season veg, like my peppers and my tomatoes. My eggplant did really well. All of those things that, some people think you can't grow here in Zone 3. That's actually what I did the best with this year. I had more of all of that than I could manage, and some of the nicest, biggest peppers I've ever grown. And I've been growing peppers for probably about 5-6 years now. I'm not sure when I started, but definitely was my best show. Those. I'm just stirring my compost here, so sorry if my camera's going a little crazy. What was your worst crop? That would have to be my parsnips that didn't even... I think I had 2 come up this year out of a short row, and I really enjoy parsnips, so I think that can be chalked up to some old seed. So I'll definitely be getting new seed this year and planting a better batch of parsnips this year. Biggest challenge was probably, I would say probably the hail, early summer, late spring, and the drought that came through most of the season afterwards. But the hail, I'm not sure if it was really the biggest challenge or the biggest surprise fix to things, because I almost think it's part of what made my peppers so good is they were already in the ground, and it just knocked them, just smashed them to the ground. Check out the video if you want to see what total destruction of a pepper plant looks like from hail. But it actually wound up doing some pruning that I never would have done to them before, and I think it actually made them branch out and come back stronger and better than they would have just with what I would have done. So it may have taught me a lesson. And the drought was very, very dry here this summer. Luckily this was the summer I had finally bit the bullet and put in some drip irrigation, and I think that's the only thing that saved my garden this year, was having that drip going right to the root system, right where I needed it. Saved my water bill, that's for sure. So yeah, those would be what I found to be big challenges. Things that I would do different. This year I've decided to try some brassicas again. I've tried cauliflower in the past. I've never gotten anything edible out of it, and mostly I think that's because we do heat up pretty quick here. Once we can get things planted, it gets usually quite hot quite quick here, and so I go from trying to get cool weather veg going to full-on heat, and then the cabbage worms and moths and things all move in. But I've ordered myself some new netting that I'm going to try this year. Hopefully that's going to make a difference. Keep some of those buggies down, and I'm just gonna see. I think if I start them indoors, I actually think maybe they're a little sturdier than I realized. I'm hoping I can get them planted out earlier than I have in the past, and maybe that'll help me to do a little better. Also asked what your 2019 plans are, and I'd say that goes along with what I'll do different. I'm gonna try and get some more. I've ordered some broccoli, cauliflower, and I think some cabbage seed. So I'm hoping that I can get those all started and hopefully actually get something edible this year that I haven't in the past. I also think I'm going to do a few more potatoes in pots. I've done potatoes in pots, actually in milk crates before. I don't know if I've actually done pots. But I think I'm going to move more potatoes out into pots just to free up some of my raised beds and see how that goes for me here. I'll have to adjust some of my drip system, I think, to get some moisture in there, but I'm going to try that. My inspirations from last year. Last year I started watching a lot more of the smaller gardening channels than I ever had before. And I've really enjoyed that. I've really enjoyed watching those smaller channels and seeing how they deal with the challenges. It's a little more real life, and I think everyone that I've watched has had something unique and different happening in their yards and in their gardens and their plots, and I find inspiration from everything that everyone's doing. And I'm really glad that I've found this community of real world gardeners to inspire me and encourage me to keep trying new things and doing what I'm doing. So I'd say you're all an inspiration for me. So, and sorry, the video work in this is really interesting, isn't it? The final thing, and then I'll stop bobbing you around here, is 3 nominations. I have 4 here. I'm not sure. I tried to look through and see who's been nominated before and who's done this, and hopefully I've picked all people that haven't done this. But the 3 people I picked to nominate, or actually it's 4, is Simply Garden, Garden Obsessions. Sorry, I'm trying to decide where to hang a bird feeder. Gardener in MI, and Butterflies Home and Garden. So they're all good channels. I'd go check them out if you haven't seen them before. And I'd love to hear what their thoughts are on their 2018 Garden Roundup. So thank you for nominating me, Deborah Christmas, and having me look back over my year and thinking about what I've accomplished and what I want to change and just how it's all gone, because it's always good to take that moment and look at those things and think about it. So thanks for the nomination. I look forward to seeing if any of you that I've nominated take me up on this challenge and have a look yourselves. I'd love to see what your answers are. And sorry for the crazy video, but those are my answers, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.